couple times.
A lot of pressure.
Most definitely. And looking at the lanes, Visage plus Tusk, this is a scary lane to play into. This is a killer lane for them where you're going to be playing into Phoenix, Morphling. These heroes at level 1, level 2 don't do as much. So this is where Xtreme Gaming is going to strike hard. And I also want to see what the build for Sniper is going to be. We've seen some Gleipnir earlier, yesterday, I believe, and it worked out really well against Morphling, against Storm, to have that little extra catch, because they're heroes. You don't have that like reliable stun, so he might need to build into something, be that Gleipnir into Hurricane Pike into his own shard type of a build.
It's like a BKB game too for Sniper. You just want to survive the initial jump, right?
And Arena.
So I've heard a lot of good points for both teams. My question is to my panel, and there's a lot of people watching very hopefully. Will there be a game 3? I'm very hopeful.
I just hope so. I think for the sake of the community, we don't get this matchup too often.
I know.
And it's a best of 3 in the lower bracket, and the entirety of a region rests on the back of Arme and the boys. If they lose this, potentially China's worst placement at TI. There's so much riding on this. Much.
There is so much, and obviously a lot of Dota fans around the world are hoping for that third game, but there's a couple of very strong voices that would really hope that this is a 2-0, and one of them is Coach Silent.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, indeed. I mean, Silent, do you think this is looking like a 2-0 from your point of view?
I hope so. I'm feeling like we get our heroes, and Xtreme, I'm not really sure their draft is really balanced and it's their best heroes. I'm feeling like maybe not much, but advantage on our side.
Okay, so you don't think the Nothing to Say Sniper is very scary?
He's Sniper, Nothing to Say Sniper may be scary, but he's already not playing. Okay, their Sniper is good, but I don't think he might be good into Mars and Storm. And also Morph, we can jump on him, and we have a massive team fight. In my opinion, it's a really hard game for Sniper.
Let's see if that does end up being the case. Thank you very much, Tyler. A lot of confidence here. Let's get into the game with OD and Fogged. Thank you very much, sir.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Already get some action here around the bounty runes. Doesn't look like they're going to get the catch here with the Brambles, but yeah, this game 2 draft, indeed, the Sniper coming out for XM to close things up. It's a strong pick, right, Fogg? It's one of his best.
It's one of his best, but
there's a lot of heroes that can get on top of him,
yes.
But there is also decent save, right? He
Yes.
can rely on the Tusk, on the Tinker to bail him out if things start to look tough in a team fight.
Exactly. That's kind of the thing that I'm going to be looking at. It doesn't look as greedy by any means this time around from XG. Just, yeah, how much is this Sniper going to be able to do, and how much are they going to be able to protect him? Once they start collapsing, there's a Storm. There's that Mars. There's going to be multiple different heroes that are just jumping on top of him. And the other thing to point out, of course, it's a Storm Morphling lineup that isn't really versus most stuns. It is a little bit lackluster on that one. So we'll see how it ends up going down. Whoop. No one saw that.
Yeah, that's do indeed. I mean, yeah, because the talking of the timings for both of these lineups, it's a lot of pressure that can come in from Xtreme Gaming, which we saw last game. Xtreme Gaming, despite the fact that it looked like they had a greedier draft, they were very active early on, right? They were looking to get a lot done very early on, and for the most part, it was kind of working out for them.
It was. No, absolutely. I mean, XM, I felt like he actually played miraculously as the Storm Spirit. He was kind of like leading the charge, finding so many of these great pickups. Same thing for XXS. Every one of the Dooms, it was on Radon, right? Every single one did catch him. Of course, there was a bit of reflect that happened at the end of the game there that was unfortunate for them, but yeah, it was a really, really fun game. Did not expect it to go like that. And yeah, let's see what the results of the lanes come out, because that's why they wanted this Sniper. Sure. Yeah. Later on, might be some problems of like the jumping on top, but in the lane in particular, should be a good matchup to at least slow down that Storm's momentum. And I think that's kind of what XG was looking for. Maybe across the board. All 3 of their lanes are very strong. The Tusk Visage we've seen time and time again throughout this tournament. Tons of damage, explosive throughout most of the game. And Luna +1 just seems super strong. Luna plus any of these defensive supports, Tree, Tusk, Tinker, etc.
Absolutely. You can only imagine after that game 1 that Arme was very much hungry to have a bit of a go back on the Luna himself after that game 1 Radon performance.
Yep, XM is getting a lot of denies here. 13-7 already at this point.
We have seen some of these mid-sniper players do this, just completely annihilate their opponent's laning phase. Something happening here from XM's performance. Soul Assumption not going to quite be enough.
He pops this out for even like a split second. I think it maybe saves him.
I think you're right. I think it was going down otherwise.
Holy moly. Not going to have that one for later on, but...
Yeah, but look at this. All three lanes. Xtreme Gaming. That's a hot start.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely see why they want... You know, they're putting people on very comfortable and just wanting to be as comfortable as possible with XM playing this sniper. So, Mira? Trading with DY. Looks like he wants to prevent the hard camp from spawning. Oh man, Laurel.
It's getting very close to the what can you do kind of part of the laning phase here for the Storm against the Sniper. He's getting the salves out. He uses bold charges.
I look at the sentries that Team Spirit did place though below here for Laurel. They want to ensure that Laurel, he knows he's going to lose his mid. He has to just go farm jungle at some point, right? So making sure that these aren't blocked early on. Looks like it was something very important for them in terms of that matchup.
Both for the main cores off to a good start. Radan's still getting good farm down bottom. 16 and 6 being picked up in the lane against these two. As we saw, Miposhka, he has to be careful, but Radan doing well on these early levels against the potential aggression that XXS can come in with those threatening bursts of soul assumptions.
Yeah, playing it nicely. Able to get some good trades. Miposhka always wants to be the one to, you know, soak a little bit of that for Radan, as we'll be able to back away. Drinking Buddy's not going to connect.
But this mid
matchup is just absurd.
Oh, as I said, we've seen this before. I can't remember what game was it. Was it the Falcons versus Tundra, right? It was when Malorine was playing some sniper?
It was Malorine versus...
was it 1-win?
1-win.
It was
1W, yeah.
Yeah, that game as well. Sniper.
That was Chira Jr. just getting straight up bullied by the Sniper, right?
I mean, that's what's happening here, XM versus Lal.
I want to see what build he does, because we did see Malorine did go the Gleipnir build that game, which was kind of cool, because they wanted... I mean, they were so far ahead that game, but wanted extra catch. Could be similar. They might want extra catch versus the Morphin that Storm.
And it's also worth noting as well, this game XM has the ghillie suit. I think Malorine had the other one, right?
He did.
So a bit of variety there between these mid snipers.
Very true.
Complete domination in this mid. The levels... It's going to take a lot of catching up for Lal. He's going to have to find some sort of space and time to recover.
He's gotten... It's only 50 billion. Mira!
Why? Actually getting the burst in time. Not able to TP out under the cover of the Shadow Realm. First blood for the Tinker.
Might be able to get a side pull off of that kill, too. If they clear these two creeps very quickly, could deny some XP as well from Collapse. Only going to get one of the range creeps, but... Collapse also sitting low HP up here. They might look for a dive play.
He's got to be careful, Collapse.
This is cool. DY actually puts the second point in laser, too. Sometimes you see only the 1 point and they start going barrier. He's feeling good because he can get aggressive.
Yeah, I think he feels that at this point, Team Spirit, unlikely to be able to get into a position to get aggressive onto the two of them. So, offense is the best defense here at the moment for this Tinker in the lane.
Very, very true. Miposhka, he's got the dive. Should be just fine. Miposhka's starting to move around, it seems like, trying to get some stacks going, and perhaps for the Storm Spirit, try to get a rune. I think he knows that Radan now at this point with the points in waveform should be pretty okay to stay bottom. Has a raindrop as well. So trying to stabilize the mid, but we're seeing the rotations. XG, they want to power up XM. They've got a catapult wave here.
Oh, absolutely. They know that anybody gets near to this sniper, XM, with this lead that he has, he's going to be able to shoot them down pretty quickly.
His damage is very high, too. It's only level 1 drinking buddies, but it's still quite a bit that gets added through.
6 minutes in. Tower starting to fall. They'll have to put the fortification. Miposhka starting to throw out some fire spirits, slow down the attack speed, try and slow down this early siege from XM.
Hey, look at Laurel. Level 4, he's starting to clear this hard camp stack at the least to start to catch back up. At the supports, now having to sit mid to soak. XQ, still waiting. Just to keep tabs of him. Does mean that Collapse is left on his own because they want to be able to. They want to put these two supports here to try to protect Laurel.
Got it.
A rough start for him.
Radiant
Which means that level 6, you know, it comes out so much later. So XM overall, it's going to be quite a bit tankier when it comes out. Perhaps we'll just survive even if they do make an aggressive move onto the Sniper when the Storm has 6. He's level 7 on Sniper with treads, 10 wand. He's got a raindrop too. And he's just taking out this tower from the distance.
Top lane as well, Collapse. He's got the stick charges to rely on, but indeed being kept incredibly low by the two of them. Oh man, DY.
Yeah, it's really nice having these like double, triple burst kind of versus even a Mars who can be a bit sustainable. And this mid tower, it's dropping.
I mean, look at this, 7.5 minutes in. I mean, XM, he's going to be able to take this one pretty much as quickly as what the DK was able to take the last game tower.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Yeah,
And he's got a
7 minutes in.
full two levels over Laurel still. XM.
He's just stepping up.
Look at how confident he
My
is.
goodness. He's not scared at all of them, I guess, rightfully so. I mean, what Team Spirit going to do about this sniper at this point? I don't know. I mean, it's
a
honestly,
bit deep.
it's going to have to just be a waiting game for them to get the ults online, right? If they have the ultimates, then maybe they can make a play onto XM. Until that, this sniper feels kind of untouchable.
Until Storm has 6. Like, it doesn't, the supports, they need some levels, but the Storm 6 is the gap close, so they need that one in particular versus XM. Radon, though, will be able to close the gap. XM, he's got backup. And that was an aggressive waveform, so Radon, perhaps in trouble.
See, I mean, XM playing to the side of this. The Fire Spirits are connecting. He's able to turn with the Assassinate.
Another waveform's up.
It's not quite enough burst. So Radon's able to get out of there. They'll turn into the river towards GQ with a Vortex. Level 6 is hit by Lal. He zips forward.
He's out of mana.
And the snowball's there. They turn with a stun. Lal, is it going to end up going down in the river? Team Spirit, they can't fight into Xtreme right now. Xtreme around XM Sniper. They're too strong.
These lens are devastating. A 3k lead already.
does have the arena.
Okay.
So if they can do it here, they've got the
XM.
lockdown, they'll get him. All right, Collapse. Ready to shake the game up a bit, turn up and find some action. It's a big one, taking out the sniper. Of course, still overall, Xtreme are holding an incredible lead here this early on, 2 to 3k advantage just 9 minutes in. But it's something, you know, Collapse, he's ready to do some heavy lifting in this early game.
Yeah, it's a necessary move, though. He just has to kind of leave away from top lane. It's not like he was getting too much out of there anyway. Radon doesn't get the last hit, but either way, good chunk of gold. And he's only, 300 behind his counterparts. Not too shabby for the Morph. Laurel, though, paying the price, trying to go for that kill, does get punished.
Yeah, let's see how well Lal can recover.
Stacks, right? That's got to be the name of the game for this Storm to recover. That's bottom. Heavy damage onto this tower, XM. Trying to get a nice advantage for himself here.
There's some really, really good early tower pushes here from Xtreme this game. Pre-10 minutes, 2 tier 1s to be taken.
Oh, and look at XXS. He is going to be going down at least some type of catch on this Visage, so the Atos is going to be the choice for him. I like it. I mean, we've seen Gleipnir sometimes on these Visage when they have the other facet, but could even be a possibility even with this one. Just any type of catch. And Stacks now being taken here. DY is going to at least start to work on them a little bit here. And Ame getting that crazy free farm, level 8. And he has gone for the Mask of Madness, so we'll be able to just run around the map with that one too. Get the farm increased even more so. And DY can look to defend any of these towers if Ame wants to just go jungle as well too for some time.
And with this sort of lead that Xtreme have right now, you know, if you're Team Spirit, Collapse, he's got the Arena of Blood back online. Do you avoid fights, or do you as Spirit try to slow Xtreme Gaming down by getting offensive and trying to do something each time you have the arena ready?
That's a good question, honestly. After that last game, I feel like it's tough to tell because I feel like XG, even when they didn't have the best tools of fighting, they were just forcing it. Maybe Spirit will be a little bit more hesitant. So I think maybe they will try to slow it down a little bit. Because supports are also pretty low level, right? Miposhka is still 5, Mira still 4, so even with a arena, they need 2 cores. They can't have like a support plus a core looking for these kills, so they'll have to bring either Laurel or Radon to look for kills with a arena.
Yeah, for sure. Because that last sort of situation in the jungle where Collapse was able to get the kill on XM with the first arena was definitely quite a bit of a perfect one, right? There wasn't either of the supports from Xtreme Gaming set up to back up XM. If there's even just sort of one of them, Collapse alone, it's unlikely to get the kill on XM.
And top, looks like they're going to put XXS in the more scary lane, the more scary position. They're like, okay, you want to make an aggressive move? You'll have to make it on the Visage. So, swapping the positions there. Ame now going to just be able to farm Ancients. And they're going to be able to hold this tower and maybe even make their own aggressive move. I believe that is the Atos finished up here on XXS. The Courier, though, I believe they're going to see that. I don't know if they're going to actually see it at the full delivery, but they saw it do something in the jungle there. So might be aware of a smoke. And they're going to throw the scan down. So yeah, they did see that.
Collapse. He's going to have to be careful about how he walks into this.
Seems to be aware.
And they're watching it from the high ground. They get the Atos set up into the stuns of the familiar. Snowball and Shards will catch him, but he'll drop the arena down in return. Get the spear connection in on towards Xingqiu. Xingqiu pulls himself to the side with the drinking buddy.
Radahn is in.
Go down. Radahn fully committing him for the fight. He's ticking down low, trying to run away from all of this. Can he get away?
He just hit 6 on Phoenix.
Radahn's going to survive. The Supernova's out. Can they take the egg down in time? They can.
Denied.
They bring the egg down. Indeed, Mira actually helping out there to make sure they don't get the kill from it. There's still the fight falling into Xtreme's hands as they get the double kill on XS. They start to back off. Mira, he's getting peeped at by XM. He's also going to fall. They're trying their best to kill this sniper. Look at the fire spears onto him, slowing down his attack speed. XM being bullied back by Miposhka, but he's cost this buyback from Miposhka. And Miposhka, he may just go down again. He's going to try and samurai up to the high ground, but the snowballs into the punch from Xingqiu will cause it to be a dieback on the Phoenix. Xtreme Gaming just continuing to push the advantage.
All right, that says desperation, if anything. Ame's free farming during all of it. He's looking over. He's like, hey, guys, you having fun over there? You guys just fought 4 versus 6 potentially there and ended up ahead. The sniper just sits there and peeps the entire duration of the team fight. Bit awkward for Team Spirit. I mean, they kind of were forcing it with Collapse walking in there. Radahn, I can't believe he actually ends up surviving all of it.
He was lucky to get away there, Radahn. Living on the edge, but in this sort of game, he knows he's got to try and make some crazy plays.
It does feel like it at this point.
It's a difficult one. It's one that he has to turn up to, try and just commit and offer everything that he can have while staying alive. He's got to really sort of dance on the edge.
Yeah,
to try and hold this one together for Spirit because they're falling behind.
Falling behind massively. And the big thing really there too is the Phoenix, I think Miposhka got 6 off of one of the kills in the middle of it, but they didn't have 6 on Mira. It's a very late one, so no fear to cover that egg. If they had that, potentially could get a turn, but instead he has to deny the egg. So now they're going to be able to walk in and actually steal away some of these stacks that Spirit was really trying to defend. They're getting so much in this early game.
Yeah, they're crushing this early game. Xtreme
is under attack.
All sort of spiraling out of control after what was a very tough matchup in the mid for Lal to play. Still trying to recover.
Oh, and very cool. XXS, he's actually just gonna... It's just an Atos, which this I actually like way better. Atos into these auras. Let XM go for the Gleipnir for that scaling. You're an offlaner. You don't have to go full all-out scaling with this type of lineup when then you have a Luna and a Sniper. So I like that he's going for this type of, yeah, just normal build. Go to these auras. Let your carries do the carrying. As Ame, just a complete free game for him. Radahn, still having decent farm, honestly. The Manta, he's only, I mean, about 1,000 gold behind, but all things considered with how devastating the game's been going, give him some credit for it.
And they've got the blink on Collapse, and as you said, the 6s are finally there on both supports. So the team fight can come out.
Well, they have the problem could start to be damage though, because this sniper now has the vitality booster. So XM, he's got what 1,500 plus HP on strength treads in these fights. Not the most fragile of targets anymore with the farm that they've been able to get after these first 15. Have to see how those jumps go.
Nah, mate. With the Manta recipe soon coming out, I mean, he's getting very close to being ready to join the rest of the team for these pushes. And we've seen already how much Xtreme's been able to do. Pretty much 4 versus 5 in most scenarios. So you throw an extra farmed Loon on top of that all, and you're going to struggle.
They can force a Roche. They've got the sustain. They've got the damage.
They've got the timings. They're straight in.
And Spirit fighting up here, definitely not an option. So let's see if they just look to push out these lanes in the meantime. Or try to catch if somebody is split. I mean, XM, he finds a haze, so he should be pretty safe. But this Roche, it's free. And there's that full Gleipnir, so extra control. Atos and Gleipnir, now they've got the catch versus this Storm and Morphling for sure as the game progresses. Getting these so early on. XM.
They're looking for XM. He's able to play to the distance. They have the vision, but can they get the catch? They're going to try. They're in on top of him. They've got the arena. They've got the spear. TP's coming in. Doesn't matter. XM's gone.
Very nice play.
But it's something. But again, overall Xtreme, I don't think they mind paying the price too much because they do get that Aegis onto Arme.
Absolutely. But it's something, you know, Spirit gets what they can get out of it.
It's a trade.
Yeah, it's some type of trade at least. Arme is showing a bit far forward alone. They are pinging him out. But they don't know where the rest are just yet, so not going to look to make that aggressive move onto him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Radon, there's a flank here. Look at this position from Ame.
Manta has already been popped as well, so he has no dispel available.
What a play. Nice move from Ame. Radon not expecting that rotation. So far, pretty much picture perfect for Xtreme out of these lanes. Not much more you could ask for. Sure, your sniper gets caught once, but everything else has just been going beautifully. Tricore farming well. Your greedy Tinker's getting his items online, and now they're looking to smoke. Want to put more pressure on. Especially now that this Morph is dead.
If they can sweep into the ancient triangle area of Team Spirit, XG stand a high chance of finding a big kill.
And the scans right on top of them.
They're going to catch Collapse.
This is looking real difficult for Spirit. They're unable to get any space on the map. The second somebody shows, they just get ran at from 3-4 heroes.
Yeah, Xtreme Gaming's draft this game 2 just seems perfect for the way that they've come in and want to play Dota, play the game against Team Spirit.
I mean, they were fighting last game when they had a bit of a greedy draft. Yeah. This time when they don't have a greedy draft, they're just kind of picking every single one of these battles.
It's working fantastically.
It's to the high ground already. Yep. What are you going to do, Spirit?
80 minutes in, they got to do something.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So much damage.
Dire structures.
Throw the drinking buddy onto the familiar for that big DPS. Mira looking to cut a wave, maybe.
Okay. We'll be able to do so. They haven't got any creeps in, so the backdoor protection will kick in pretty soon. So this will cause Xtreme to have to back up for now, but they've still got plenty of time to try and push on with that Aegis. Still 2.5 minutes left on Arme's Aegis, and Eclipse is going to be up very shortly.
Nice Spirit. I feel like they just kind of have to go for some type of YOLO play.
It's a risky one.
This game is just looking pretty out of hand if they don't catch XG off guard somehow. But this is not an easy fight by any means.
They've got the combo.
The Egg is online, and I believe Miposhka did buy Shard, so he's got the upgraded Sunray. I mean, they need every little bit of damage they can get, it feels like.
Collapse has got to get an insane arena to start this off.
Tower is under attack.
Pretty much every single ultimate has to come perfectly, and even then, we'll see if it's enough.
What can they do here? XXS watching from the high ground, collapses in with the jump. He's going to start things straight around to the Vicious. They're going to throw everything down onto XXS.
Quite a bit committed, though, as you said. Almost everything used onto him. They still have an Egg.
Xtreme Gaming definitely showing that even with their Visage gone, they are not scared of Team Spirit.
No, definitely not. Yeah, tons expended there too. Collapse just going to look to grab that next wave. So at least they've halted a bit of their momentum, at least with the Visage push. But XG still staying in the area. And Radon, he has shown in the lane with an Eagle Song, so the potential of, if they want to go, you know, queue up any MKBs or anything, I don't know if they're even going to want that, because I think they want to look to close this game up.
I think so. They just want to survive and hit the base, hit the objectives. They don't really care too much about hitting heroes right now. They know how much damage they can do here so early on, 20 minutes in.
This Rax is gone.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle.
Tier 2's, of course, still standing in the side lane, so Xtreme will have to back off for those. Indeed, this mid Rax gone. Everything continuing to go to plan here for Xtreme.
And Ame, Radon actually shows himself top. Okay, he'll just TP out. I was about to say, if he doesn't TP, he's probably going to get cut off. That does mean, though, XG can steal away the Wisdom and potentially the Tormentor. DY? We'll get caught.
Is under attack.
And they... I mean, Miposhka's kind of setting himself up over here toward the
They want to try and fight. I mean, Spirit, they know that they cannot back down. They have to somehow put a stop to this progression from Xtreme. 15 seconds. Aegis is going to be gone, so Spirit will have that little bit of a window to try and get out and catch Xtreme at a moment where they've fallen back and potentially split up. Smoke comes out.
They're going for it again. Yeah, they're really just trying to catch them off guard, it seems like here.
Collapse.
Look at the line drawn. It looks like XG's very well aware of this. Look at Jinxu's positioning.
He's going to go straight in for the jump. Collapse. No hesitation. He sees a chance to get a kill, get a jump. He'll go for it. This time, just the support, just Jinxu and something. Still not any of the sort of the big key kills that they would really hope for. You know, killing off Arme at this point, that's going to get them a lot of money. They can find this Luna.
It's a big if. How big he is now at this point, too. BKB's done after the Manta, so they're not easy. It's also those saves, right? The Tinker and the Tusk are always going to be that problem unless somehow they can isolate with an Arena to block a vision, but I don't think that's going to be the case. They usually have a way to get vision inside of there, either from the sniper or from Tusk shards or Visage Familiars. They have a lot of different mechanics to not really worry about the mechanic of Bloodsport.
Is under attack.
And the push looks like it's going to continue.
I guess the question really is, Xtreme, do you think they'll look to try and push for high ground, or will they wait for the next Aegis? How much can they get away with?
They can threaten. It's a little scary, but I think threatening is fine. Just a couple pokes because you have these Visage Familiars and all these auras. The Familiars do a ton of damage with the Luna aura plus the Drinking Buddies. Arena in 20.
Tier 3. And it's going to be taken down slowly but surely. The fortification comes out. Was it a little more time?
DY just throwing barriers onto absolutely everybody.
I see how much they respect that Arena timing, as you say. It's back off cooldown. Collapse has got it ready to go. Do Xtreme Gaming care, though? Continue to push on. Tier 3 gone. Collapse. He's going to see his chance to jump. They're going to get the opening and on towards Army. Forces out the Mantle. Back off. Redan, he's caught in the front. Will waveform back just in time.
Oh.
Collapse still waiting.
The buildings are going down.
They are going down. They're onto the barracks. And they found the vision on towards Collapse. They're going to be able to get on top of him with the snow, but they get a punch up. Arena is out, catching the two of them. Jump forward from Lal, but Lal, he's getting melted, has to back off with the ball lightning. Same to be said for Redan. He's caught by the laser beam. Will get the waveform off. But they lose Collapse. Redan and Lal having to retreat back to the fountain. Xtreme Gaming, they get the job done once again.
And back to healing everyone up. DY, he's here. Laurel shows bottom. They're going to smoke. They're going to look for the jump on him, maybe two. 92 Raxes have been claimed. XG knows how far ahead they are at the moment. They even popped a glyph on the wave.
Lal.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Get away, but he wasn't able to clear the complete creep wave.
There's one left.
As need one creep's all they need to get through. Get rid of that backdoor protection.
Yep, heal it up. Give it a solar crest. Give it anything you can. The hero creep to go for the final set of racks.
It really feels like it's going to be one more chance here for Spirit to slow XG down.
And can they even kill these tanky cores? It doesn't look like it.
Tier 3 gone, the final set of racks exposed. They're going to try and come in heavily in on towards XM. The Supernova's in for the side. Can they burst through the sniper? They can.
They will.
They'll bring XM down. The Supernova will go successfully. XXS getting pinned to the side as well with the Spirit Collapse.
But the racks.
DY, it'll be this next one to be focused down by Spirit, but indeed the objectives are what Xtreme's looking for. And with those Familiars, XXS getting close to finishing them off. Double kill for Army. He's got the Eclipse still ready to go. It comes out as they snowball over towards Collapse. Redan trying to stand his ground, but he's going to get cleaned up by the beams of Army. Triple kill for him. They're throwing all the buybacks into this fight, Spirit, to try and keep the game alive, but the same's to be said for Xtreme. They're ready to close it up. They get the full lineup back together, pushing down the bottom lane, finishing off the barracks. Spirit, they're forced back to the fountain. The mega creeps are out.
Alright, that's it. Spirit, they've tried to hold on during this early game, but this is just too much. Xtreme, they're closing it out.
They are indeed. The tier 4s melting to the damage in the farm of Arme and XM. The Ancient exposed. There's no Collapse here for the final defense. Spirit, they'll try with the 4 of them. Lal goes in, immediately caught out by the root. Lal, he'll be able to zip to the side. He's still alive, but they cannot get any of the kills. Redan's gone. GG is called. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a game 3.
I think we're all happy about that, let's be honest here. These two teams, it's unfortunate we get them in the lower bracket, but we're going to be fortunate to get that game 3.
And look at that. I mean, Xtreme Gaming, after, a few sort of mistakes, a bit of scrappiness in game 1, this game 2, it's as smooth as it gets, Fogged.
Super aggressive. And last game, even when they played a bit of a greed